The guy who just phoned is a telemarketer, and that's another world.
Yeah.
Of itself.
Yeah. I had a dream the other day. There was a customer from the bread shop who collects bottles from the same like little compound area, what do you call them, that our grandma lives in. And sometimes there's like immense amounts of bottles there. And she, goes and sells them and donates them to something. I don't know. Like big complicated thing. Like I know rough parts of her backstory or whatever it is. And I had a dream where she was instead at a kiosk in some kind of farmer's market selling Magic the Gathering cards. And I needed to get a rat ninja card from her that was really expensive. So we had to phone up someplace on like across the lake that was like another store that had other things, but they might have rat ninjas. And it was just like, that's just a dream. But
that's how life is.
Yeah, like that was my dream, and it's almost like the real reality of what her life is like is more weird and like a totally different world compared to what my dream
was.
More
unrelatable because you actually have Magic the Gathering cards and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so many different worlds. So yeah, now the internet exposes us to all these different worlds for us to really see the sticking, the parts that what sticks and what doesn't, is the most of it is like how to put this into a context or something that's more specific. Is like if I go on the internet and I see something that is like that I would have an opinion about, but I don't know that I have an opinion about it until I see it, and then I see it and my opinion colors it at all, or paints it or something, or it reinforces my opinion, and then I carry that through and see other things, and almost the culture of vicariously living through the worlds of other things rather than finding space to just, what am I doing? Like that aspect of it is the resource that we've all apparently needed via state of being for the internet to exist, for all these contexts to come in, for us to be like, how deep and ignorant am I of the biases and attachments that I do have, that I can see something, almost anything, and it's showing me literally anything I can find. Am I going to have some kind of way that I frame and color the thing that I'm seeing in not a positive way, and maybe not even know that I'm doing it? And then, like, that, the stickiness in that is the way that we can end up with something like a diagnosis. Like you can come up with it, like that you can get a disease, that you can get trends that would vanish in moments, including trends within one's own mental state and body or whatever, because I was reinforcing this and that was reinforcing that, and that showed up and I didn't even know I didn't like it until I saw it, and now I don't like it, and that showed up and I really like that and I want more of that, and now I funnel my way into like that echo chamber or whatever they call them, and like all this other stuff, and you create it like this. Like a phone in a pocket isn't a phone. It's an entire landscape and like ecosystem and environment that people step into. And it's a different world, like different things that people like and don't like in there, and like it creates this web network and all these little separate worlds, just like in what a person sees on the internet and engages with or interacts with or consumes or whatever, or sees, let alone all the stuff that actually is on the internet that they can stumble into.
Yeah, there's something I wanted to say about like how all that ability to have opinions or like get stuck in different ways in watching things or engaging with something, that it's like, I mean, it's easier to do that on the internet because you're kind of in your own world with it, right? You don't actually have that thing like coming back at you, even if it's a comment or even if it's like a video or something, there's still like this delay happening where it's then filtered in. It can be filtered into your perception of it because you're not actually directly with it, like in a tangible, physical way. It's easier to like make images better.
Which is where those ideas come from, of like how you have almost like an internet version of oneself, almost like the people talking about like don't compare yourself to Instagram or something because it's showing the best part. Like that was a talk that people had when the old Facebook was first coming out. It was like people are showing their best selves on Facebook, so if you compare yourself to them, you feel bad because they only have good pictures and all that, or whatever the things are. Like you have those, the filter of an internet. It has the internet, like the comments that you put on the internet or whatever have absolutely nothing to do with you. Like these videos, we put a video out. It only means anything to us, really. To everybody else, it's just words and a couple people sitting here, and there's going to be someone who's like doesn't get it, someone who thinks it's a waste of time, somebody who thinks it's the coolest thing they've ever seen, somebody who like really wants to know us and thinks they do, somebody who analyzes it just like somebody can analyze anything to be like, come up with their entire life story based on a 1 minute clip. Somebody else who's like really confused, but that was cool and interesting. I want to see more of that. 1 minute is so short. What is this? I'm like, they can go on for it. Like all the different ways that you can frame it, and it's just, what a mess.
Yeah.